It's the first time I've had a tan in about 20 years.
Have you been away?
Yeah, I was on
It's
vacation.
It's a real tan.
It's a real tan, yeah.
makeup.
Is it a real tan?
Orange makeup.
And I was out swimming. I wasn't. I'm not a guy. I'm not one who lays out in the sun, and I think anyone who's ever met me would back me up.
Once you it's kind of facing the sun, you get enough of a tan that way. Walking in a certain direction, you're grand.
The elevator doors opened yesterday, and I saw Jason and John Hamburg for the first time. And John Hamburg saw me and immediately started laughing, and then called me Lorenzo Lamas.
It's not bad actually from certain angles. Yeah, you would in person definitely.
I just felt so self-conscious.
But you mean at least you don't have the white eyes, you know?
Oh yeah, the raccoon eyes.
Yeah, that's not good.
Like I've been skiing. You know.
Well, lads, I have to really enjoy the movie. It's one of the few times I've actually seen, you know, a room full of film critics laughing. It's very rare, especially in Dublin, Jesus. But anyway, I'm going to get killed for saying that. But anyway, where did this blossoming bromance start? Did you guys meet in Knocked Up, or did you guys meet before Knocked Up?
I think we probably met once or twice beforehand, but we got to know each other a bit during Knocked Up, but we really became friends during Forgetting Sarah Marshall, I think.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think we'd met at a reading or something, and then Knocked Up, we didn't have much to do. Although we did do,
You did eyeball him in one scene.
Yeah.
You're kind of like he was with the one. Yeah.
And we actually had a whole scene there where we just started kind of improvising back and forth, and I was congratulating him on, I think, winning the World Cup, because you're always in those tracks.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
There were a lot of kind of, you know, put downs and stuff, but none of it made the movie. Probably because it wasn't that fun.
Yeah.
and then like you said, I think Forgetting Sarah Marshall probably got to know.
I was dared by one of my friends to come in singing "Oh, the weather outside is weather," but it just wasn't going to happen.
Oh, yes.
It just wasn't going to happen. But it's one of those, when it comes with these type of movies, it's the improv stuff seems to be really, really re-quotable. It's not the lines that are written in the script, but it's the stuff. I don't know whether, Jason, you wrote that line or whether, Paul, you came up with it. The stuff like that, some of the Kunu stuff.
Yeah, there's
a lot of that in this as well.
The weather outside is weather came from a bit that Paul and I would do off camera, where Paul would pretend to be my agent and I would pretend to be current Brian Wilson working on his new album. And all the songs were vaguely like his old songs, but just slightly reworded. It was really.
But then they got really weird. Like, what would you would do?
The weather's good, I do my outside stuff, and the weather's bad, I do some inside stuff, and stuff is happening.
That's great.
Hey,
Brian. But
thanks.
It sounds a little bit like some of the earlier stuff.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Let's try it again.
Okay.
Now we're making fun of Brian Wilson on.
Now you guys are going to get in trouble. I won't be able to go back to Dublin after insulting all the
He's
critics.
a genius.
He is an actual genius. Maybe we shouldn't have done that.
They'll cut that bit out.
Cut that out.
We don't cut anything out.
So the weather outside is weather really came from just one of those bits, and they just left it.
Yeah, there's a lot of us like joking around thinking that we're hilarious and then trying to do it on film, and occasionally stuff makes it little nuggets. The reality is
99% of it is unusable, as this interview will prove.
Yes, and we love Brian Wilson.
40-second interview with me just cutting words out from start to the end.
And he'll cut it together, it'll be
You'll look at the end and me walking out, yeah. But is it difficult?
We loved the movie. Great.
Chuckling and then walking
is
off.
happening.
Okay.
Is it hard for you guys, you know, when you're, you know, first, because obviously you'd worked in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, there's a certain amount of chemistry there, you know, you switched roles slightly for this one, though.
We did,
yeah, because you're playing a slightly more eccentric one this time, albeit
we did the Dublin switcheroo, is what I call
Dublin
it.
switcheroo.
Yeah.
Why the Dublin switcheroo?
Dublin switcheroo is exactly that. You know, expect one thing, and the next thing you know, boom.
You get a really attractive woman, then I come in. So the Dublin guy comes in and he's
I'm
like...
lie to you. I was a little disappointed.
I know, I don't want to follow that, like, yeah.
I wasn't.
You weren't?
No.
Oh,
Thanks,
that's great.
Paul, I appreciate that. Yeah, that's...
No, I think you're fantastic.
Thank you. Check shirt.
Yeah, super dry.
It's great.
Super dry, yeah.
Super dry.
This actually came from, I interviewed The Rock on Tuesday, very sweaty armpits, very embarrassing altogether.
The Rock?
The Rock, no, I had, he didn't. He was the pure picture of masculinity sitting there. And I'm sitting across from him, like, trying to hide my armpits. And,
What? That makes sense.
I'm a sweater.
He's an intimidating presence.
Incredibly intimidating presence, yeah. I didn't want him to kick my ass, you know. You stink up the room, he has to sit there for a while, it's just... It's not gonna work.
You know who else is an incredibly intimidating presence? Lou Ferrigno, who's in the film.
Yeah, headlock there he got you. And I was going to say that, did he catch the Adam's apple at all? There was obviously no stuntable there.
I wish I had an Adam's apple to speak of. He is strong and tough. And acting with Lou Ferrigno is a real honor, I must say. We were both fans of The Incredible Hulk.
The guy, though, that created the sleeper hold. This is a real guy. I think he was a wrestler.
Yeah.
You know, Lou Ferrigno puts Jason in the sleeper hold in the movie. He was there and to show how it's done, and he is a tough man, and actually went over to Jason and said, "You got to be tough today," and it slapped him across the face.
As hard as I've ever been slapped.
Did not see it coming, no?
No.
Open hand?
Yeah.
Full hairy side? Or
and he's like
side?
75 years old probably. He's wearing a shirt that says "Choke him out." And he's got orange hair, dyed orange hair, a little bit like Krusty the Clown. It's like out and big and curly. And he kept doing this weird thing with his face. And he goes, "You got to be tough today, kid." Boom! And then you just see John Hamrick, the director, come running over like... You can't slap him. He's a very weak man.
He's a star.
It has nothing to do with being a star. It's just that I can't handle a slap.
And the takes won't match. You'll just see a big red handprint.
See, that's harsh because he's in his 70s. If you hit him back, you'd be the bad guy.
If I hit him back, my hand would bounce off like some sort of, like it was a punching latex.
And you would have been a puddle on the floor.
Absolutely.
10 seconds.
And there was a puddle on the floor.
Yeah, but that had nothing to do with anything worth mentioning.
Is it good, like, you know, because you guys are coming from the Judd Apatow background, that, you know, you have to kind of be this funny to get in this gang, this sort of clique where these all appear in each other's movies.
Yeah.
Is it very important to have a guy like John Hamburg or a guy like Judd Apatow or, you know, all these guys that will shoot loose and will let you guys kind of riff and stuff? David Wayne, of course, are role models as well.
I'll tell you what I think is the most important thing. It's letting us riff is fantastic and great. What's really important about having someone like John Hamburg or Judd Apatow is their ability to edit our stuff. You know, you feel safe knowing that if you do something dumb, it's not going to end up being used. Which, like, in the hands of a lesser director doing all this improv, they might use anything that, like, the stuff we think is funny isn't necessarily going to be funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. No, you know what I mean? And so having a guy like Hamburg who will let, or Judd, who will let you riff, but then edit it down to make you look good, to know that those people are going to make sure that you look good.
And they have a very specific point of view and what they want to do with the movie, and David, Judd, like all those guys, they're just great, and I know that I trust them.
It's just knowing funny and what funny is and being able to
and
judge that for an
you know what
audience.
funny is as funny does.
Oh yes, there we go. Okay, that's from Gandhi.
That's from before I let you go, you were in Dublin recently as well, Paul. You were in Dublin for Role Models. I heard you had a great time. You're in the Guinness Brewery. You got some taps.
That's right. Yeah.
Nicest guy I've ever met has been thrown around by a lot of different journalists. Is this true, Jason? First of all.
Oh, easily.
Among
the nicest guys I've ever met.
And you danced in the cinema, or you sang in the cinema. Apparently, someone gave in.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, somebody. What was it? What did I did? I had
somebody asked
and they
one of those people in the crowd,
an Irish accent, which is not an easy one to
Leprechaun.
do. Yeah, but you know, my friend Colum, he kind of taught me once, and it was always the right, 1, 2, right, and then 1, 2, 3, and then I would try and do this. And it inevitably I would start sounding like
to be sure you kind of just slip into
it was embarrassing and not good. And then I started singing. That's right. Yeah,
that's right. For belting out the tune. I have to say, most of the guys would be like, no, and just bolted for the door.
What was it? What was it that I sang? Oh, it was Beth. I sang Beth. Okay,
well, guys, listen, I really appreciate you taking the time to see us.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
The movie really cracked me up. Really enjoyed it.
Oh, fantastic.
Happy to hear it.
Thanks, man. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah.